Welcome everybody to my latest video. So for this video we got something a little bit different, and judging by the title you can already tell what it is, or at least partially tell what it is. If not, we'll get to that in a second. Now here's the thing, I never thought I would be able to afford one of these items. I don't know if the hobby's getting a little bit cheaper, or I'm just getting really lucky. Now, if we go over here, you'll remember this cab right here, my House of the Dead 4. I never thought I'd be able to, get this cabinet either. But, well, before I go any further, I want to thank someone. He's one of my subscribers. At least I think he's a subscriber still. I could be wrong. There's only 10 of you, so. But Terry Bogard. Go ahead and check out his channel. I'll put a link down below in the description box. He's got a little tiny game room. There's only 2 cabs in there, but they're 2 very nice cabs. The guy lives in Japan from what I can tell, so he doesn't have much room to work with, but he's one of the reasons why I decided to get this cabinet. He had one, I really liked it. I thought, man, I'll never be able to get one of these, and then the opportunity popped up. So what is it? Well, let's wait for this truck to pass by. That always seems to happen when I'm making a video in here. Anyways, what we got is a Sega Lindbergh HD arcade cabinet. Once this is fixed up and I know what I'm going to do with it, this is going to go inside the main game room. Let's just take a quick look here. Very nice cabinet. It's awesome. I only got a 1-player model. They did have a 2-player model. It was a little bit more expensive, and I thought, truthfully, I'm probably only going to need a 1-player model. But, in the future, who knows? Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. You can see right there. Now, it does come with the door. I'll get to that in a minute. These are not JAMA. These are JVS. JVS is sometimes known as JAMA 2, but yeah, it's not JAMA, so it's not like you just plug a board in here. You gotta do some rewiring and tinkering and adapters and this and that, and hopefully I'll get that figured out soon enough. The cabinet is not in 100% perfect condition. It is used. These things were released probably in 2007, I believe. But overall, it's in very nice condition. I think the arcades in Japan are much better taken care of than the arcades in America were. Here's the control panel right here. 6 buttons set up. Monitor. The marquee. Now with these cabinets, these are a little bit, well, actually they're a lot different, but in terms of fixing these up, and what I mean is like adding your own touch to it, you really can't do too much. So in a cabinet like this one back there, that Carnival, or any other American cabinet, you can change the marquee, you can put T-molding, you can put side art. Control panels you can change the art on the control panel, you can even put art down here. There's a whole bunch you can do to make it unique. These cabinets, there's not too much you can do. What is nice is right here there's a light. This one needs to be replaced and I need to clean that out. Look at that. But this is like where you'll put a move set for the game you're playing. So this, I assume, used to be a Virtua Fighter 5, so they probably had the Virtua Fighter move set right here. What I do like is you can put a nice huge marquee right there. Nice big bright, colors, and it's really gonna pop out. I mean, if you compare the size difference, here's the size of a regular marquee, which is usually about 25 to 28 inches wide by maybe 7 inches tall. This thing, I'd say, is maybe like 14 inches by 20 4 inches maybe? Hard to tell. But other than that, there's really not much you can do. It's not like you can put T-molding. It's not like you can do a real easy overlay or paint. If you do have the skills, you know, you can paint it and sand it and do all that. So I got this at a really, really good price. You know, no game came with it. We tested it out, turned it on, saw the monitor works. What I don't like, and what I just noticed, you got this like waviness right here. I'm not sure what that's from. I didn't see that when I picked it up. I saw it on another cabinet he had, and he said that was just from the cabinet being in the sun. I don't know, I'm not too worried, because even if I had to replace the monitor, I still got this at a phenomenal price, even if I had to, you know, add in the cost of a monitor. So that doesn't bother me. The other thing is, the guy is really cool. He sells games for a living. He had maybe 20 of these. And he says, you know what, if it doesn't work, you got something wrong, bring it back. He'll make it right, whether it's exchanging it for another cabinet or, you know, exchanging the monitor. So I'm not too worried. You can see Lindbergh right there. So very nice. Here's the thing with this one. He only had the key for the coin door. Inside there, there's the power cable, and that's it. He didn't have the key to get into here or to get to the control panel. Now again, he turned it on, it worked, we saw that the monitor was working, said no video signal, so we know it was getting power. Again, not worried, I could always take it back to him, really cool guy. In fact, I'm probably going to be buying all my cabinets from him from now on. But, alright, so, I had to drill out the hole, or the lock, to this door right here. Not really a problem, only took me a couple minutes. You know, drilled it out. You can see it's really nice on the inside. I already cleaned it out. It's just a little bit dusty, but got all the wires here and cables. Again, I have to figure this out. Oh, one more thing. You see that 2P right there? This was player 2 to a two cabinet, 2-player setup. Let's go to the back right here. Hopefully I'm getting this correct. But all that right there, that's to hook up this cabinet to another cabinet and say they're playing Virtua Fighter 5. Player 1 can have his own cabinet right in the middle. Player 2 can have their own cabinet right in the middle. So it's a lot easier, more comfortable than squeezing 2 people in right here, you know, to play at a tournament. Or even, you know, casual. Alright, so back to this. Yeah. Drill that out, no problem. Real easy. Now, this block right here, that's to get to the control panel. That thing was a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I don't know how long I spent trying to drill the damn thing out. It was stubborn as hell. Now, the reason you need to drill that out is to get access to in here and the control panel. So once you open it up with the key, this will pop up. It's real nice. You got some little hinges right there. Oh, it's only one hinge. Alright, anyways. You can see the inside right here. This is where you get access to your monitor controls. Now, down here, where is it? This little fucker right here. Alright. When you would open up the key and turn it, it would then push a lever against right here where my thumb is and pop this down like this. So you turn it and it go down like that. That would unlock right here. Let me put this down. And then you could get this thing up. Now, the reason you need this thing up is to access the control panel, which you take these 2 brackets right here and you kind of just squeeze them together, and then you can open up the panel. So you get a look inside there. Really, really nice. I mean, it wasn't as clean as you see it right now. It had some dirt and dust, but overall, really, really nice and taken care of. Let's put this back down here. There we go. Put that down there. All right. Now, here's a little bonus. Because this was locked on the inside, the guy who sold to me didn't know what was on the inside. And even if he did know, the guy probably wouldn't have cared and probably would just toss this. But I opened this up, and guess what I found? There's probably about 30 of these, all brand new Japanese Virtual Fighter 5 Final Showdown command book. Look at this. I mean, it's all in Japanese. I guess if I had a eBay Japan account, I'd probably go on there and list these for like $5 each. I don't know. So, you know, I'm thinking of selling these. If someone's interested, let me know. Like I said, there's 30 of them. They all do have a crease. They were just stacked, you know, wrapped up in this and buried in there. So yeah, very interesting. So yeah, I do plan to get this fixed up. Not quite sure what I'm gonna put into it. I'm thinking I might turn this into my new Pandora's box cabinet, or maybe that God of Game 901. In the future, I might hook up my PlayStation 4 to play Street Fighter 5 on here. Really not sure what I'm going to do. I do plan to get this converted to JAMA. That way I can play JAMA games on there. Maybe this will be my test cabinet. I'm not sure, but, you know, I really wanted this. So, yeah. Hopefully the monitor is okay and good. You know, I won't have to mess with anything. But like I said, if I have to buy another one, I still got this at a great price. And, you know, if I decide I can take this back and switch out the monitor with the guy, you know, in one of his other cabinets, no biggie. But yeah, wow. Okay, sorry about that. I had to cut real quick. Neighbor drove up. He had his music playing on his car, which was loud enough to possibly be heard on camera. And I didn't want to take a chance of getting a copyright notification for whatever song it was. So, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, I do plan to get this converted to JAMA. This might become my... Not quite sure what this will become. Because I got my Super Turbo cabinet, and that's my main, you know, JAMA cabinet. I can maybe turn that into my JAMA testing cabinet. I might put this where my Neo Geo cab is, and then, you know, put the Neo Geo out here and this on the inside. I'm not sure. This might be my Pandora's cabinet or my God of Game 901 cabinet, if I can get that going. We'll see. All else fails, I'm not quite ready to put Street Fighter 5 in here. I'm kind of enjoying just sitting on the couch using my, the Mad Catz controller, joystick. But, you know, we'll do something eventually. I'm just not quite sure what. But yeah. There it is. Not much more to say here. The only thing is I have to get some stools because, you know, I have to sit down really low. But yeah, so there you are. If you have any questions, let me know. Until next time.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.